start off with this. For those of you who are new, welcome to the page, to the videos, to the snippet. For those that have been around, I always appreciate the support. This is something that I like to make sure people know about me. There's two things about me when it comes to sports and this channel and why I do what I do. One, I try to be as fair as possible when it comes to my evaluation and analysis, as well as even updates when it comes to sports, because life is unfair. There's a lot of unfair tension with certain things that shouldn't be there. And so, and a lot of times we kind of do treat players unfairly. So I try to balance things out with some fairness, hence the name of the show, podcast, and everything, Unfair. But the second thing to learn about me, and for those that have listened for a while know this about me, I hate fanatics. I hate them. I hate everything about them. I hate the essence of their existence. And let me explain why. I don't hate fans. Fan, of course, is short for fanatic. And so the fanatic portion of it is the extreme side that I really have a disdain for. Because when it comes to that side of it, that's when your habitual line stepping begins. Those that step over the line and do things just go too far. They're the take it too far people in sports. And every single one of them that are true fanatics are all horrible for the experience of sports. I'm a fan. I enjoy being a fan and enjoying sports themselves, but I try to make sure that I never, ever, ever go too far. And it's something that I've never, ever done because there's no reason to. Fanatics don't realize one thing about not only professional athletes, and I'm going to be real with this, in society in general, these type of people don't even realize this with their coworkers, their neighbor, hell, their kids, that we're all human. No matter what, no matter how much money you make, no matter how little money you make, and everything in between, we are all humans. And I was going to write out a little monologue on this, but you know what? I'm just going to go with it because it bothers me about what happened over the last few days. So unless you've been sleeping under a rock, you saw the two major incidents that hit sports on Wednesday night. First, you had the Atlanta Hawks first you had the Washington Wizards playing against the Philadelphia 76ers in Philadelphia, and Russell Westbrook gets hurt. So he gets hurt, and as he's leaving, you see a fan pouring popcorn on his head. As you can see, popcorn is being poured on the man's head. As if it's okay. That is not okay, people. There's nothing acceptable about that type of behavior. I don't care that Russell Westbrook made hundreds of millions of dollars playing basketball. I don't care. He's human. There are lines that you should never cross when it comes to sports, and that is one of them. You may think I'm being extreme with it. Horseshit. I am being realistic here because that guy, that person that did that, I promise you know one of those people at your job. You know one of those people, hell, in your social circle. That person that always goes too far. The one that does something disrespectful and people try to say, some try to say that, he's just joking until they do it to them. Then they're pissed. That's who that is. That's who that fanatic is. That's who fanatics are. Then you have the Trae Young situation where a fan in this climate spit at him. Saliva flying out of his mouth. And people were actually trying to defend that. Go look at social media. There were people actually saying, it's not that big of a deal. Spitting saliva at someone. Depending on the household and the part of the country you in the U.S., that's a death wish. You are allowed to kill that man or woman for spitting on you. That's the most disrespectful thing you could ever do to a person is to spit in their face without their permission. But that is a problem. That fan thought it was okay. And this is the problem with fanatics. And this is why I go on my rants about fans and fanatics and things of that nature. They think that it's acceptable that they can do that stuff. They feel entitled that it's okay for them to do it. All because they paid for a freaking ticket to a game. You got to remember this. This is something key to understand with this. This is not just a sports issue. This is a societal issue. This is an issue with this world in general. That people think that they're entitled to do things to other people just because they pulled out their credit card and paid some money. That's not how that works. Go to a restaurant. You'll see that guy, that fanatic. You'll see that guy, that person do the same thing at a restaurant. Disrespect wait services, disrespect managers at fast food restaurants are the worst. But those people are who they are at the core. And we have to stop making excuses for that type of disrespect. In sports, we talk noise. Players are noise talkers. They do that. Hell, Draymond Green was talking about how Trae Young is one of the biggest shit talkers in the game, which, you know, I appreciate. I appreciate him embracing in a way the villain role, and I hope he really takes it in. But fans always take it to the extreme. They take it to the next level that you should not be taking it there. There's absolutely no reason for a fan to spit on a player, to throw stuff at a player, hell, to even flip them off. Why are you flipping them off? They're playing a freaking game, right? Isn't that usually what those people typically say? Those people, those fanatics, those types of people, the ones that are super uber disrespectful, that is the first thing that comes out their mouth. It's just a game. They're making millions playing a game. You're right, they are, because they're talented. They're good. They're great. They're at a level you're not going to be at, a level I'm not going to be at. They're a level that most of us won't be at. They're the top 1% of their profession. But being disrespectful like that and spitting on a man, he's like Trae Young and turn around and holler off and try to attack him. I don't think Trae even recognized it until the videos came out. And the biggest problem with that, too, is that if Trae Young would have responded to that dude, if Russell Westbrook would have gotten out of that hold from security and the training staff, he would have snatched up that fan just like they did at the Mouths at the Palace. Do I condone violence? Not really, but the Mouths at the Palace, I totally understood why they did it. Because I would have done it too. It's disrespectful. It's rude. It's ridiculous. And there is no place in any part of this country, in anything we do, no matter what the profession of the job is, to act like that. So I'm asking you all, if you're watching this, if you hear this, you listen to this, you pass this around, please, we start calling these people out. Screw the banning fans from that. I need them permanently gone from the sports. Make sure that you don't allow them to do anything. Period. Their name is just completely blacklisted everywhere. And if you find out they use somebody else's information, blacklist them too. Because that's what they'll do. They'll just go find somebody else to buy them tickets and they'll go to the games. And we gotta stop letting these people just get away with that crap. That's really the biggest point. We gotta stop letting people in general get away with that because it's ridiculous. And I hate seeing that and people letting it just go. We got to do better as humans. That's definitely not something, that's not a WWJD situation. I promise you that, because I promise you Jesus wouldn't do that. Period. So remember, you're not entitled to anything irregardless of what you paid for. You're entitled for a good time. And if you don't enjoy yourself, that's your bad. Especially when it comes to sports. And then in life in general, if you buy something, if you don't appreciate it, you can say your complaints, try to get a refund, and go about your day. But disrespecting people like that, it's no place for it. Absolutely no place for it in this world.